Let's start from your early experiences. Could you tell me about your first contact?
Oh, my first contact, I was in the 7th grade. And I don't remember exactly what time of the year it was. I think it was around fall. And I used to have a strange anticipation when I would go to sleep at night. I would stare out at the stars and just be afraid that one of them would move, like maybe a memory or something that bothered me about stars moving. And I remember this one night, I was watching this particular star and it happened to move, and I got a little panicky, and it just came closer. And the next thing I remember, oh, excuse me, no, I forgot this part. I remember a sensation of being pulled out the window with the window shut and being pulled through the trees. Completely unexplainable. The next thing I remember is waking up on what felt like an examination table, and there was a being staring at me with such intensity and emotion. The fear I felt was so incredible, I felt like my heart was going to pop. And the being then said to me, "Do not be afraid." And as soon as the being said those words, but the mouth was not moving, I wasn't afraid anymore. And then I will use the pronoun he. I felt it was masculine. Said to me, "I will show you who I am." And then I just received this tremendous feeling of unconditional love. It was overpowering. And around him emanated what looked like a solid aura, colors like ultraviolets and purples and silver, and colors that I can't even begin to express were emanating from around this being and shifting. And I'm just a child, so my immediate response is, "Are you God?" And I know that sounds funny, but I'm just a child, and I'm having this unbelievable experience. And the beings seem to find it amusing, you know, like an adult response to a child's, foolish question, amusing question. I almost felt like a smile went across the face. Even though the lips didn't move, it looked like the eyes were smiling. And he said, "No, but I am of God." And to this day, I really don't know what he was implying. I don't believe now, at the time, I don't believe he was saying he's an angel or anything like that. I believe he just meant that he was like I was, of the same creation, whatever. And then he says to me, in a congratulatory sort of way, "Congratulations, these are his exact words, you are chosen." And I don't relate that to anything in a religious way. I think it was scientific. And, I said, "Well, chosen for what?" And then the being elaborated quite a story, but most of it, the only portion of it I remember is it was to help a race of beings. Now, I don't know if it was them or us, but I really, in my heart, believe it's us. And it was to save this race. And what I was going to do if I agreed to this would be a huge sacrifice on my part, because it was going to be very difficult. And when I was conversing with this being, I didn't feel like a child. I felt like I was much older. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm just telling you how I felt. And then he asked permission to put a device up inside into my brain, and so that they could communicate better with me and monitor things. And I asked him, well, is it going to hurt? And he said no. And he said that we will make it pleasant for you. You'll have a nice experience. I didn't know what he meant by that, but I found out years later, and I'll explain that. But anyway,